Hello mates, it's the Insane Bastard with you once again, here to fill your head with all my raving agnostic bullshit. Anyway, I was bored today, so I thought I'd make this video. Now, in my last video, which you should totally watch, I had a few comments, questions and such, not many, but a few, and those really got me thinking. Initially, it got me thinking about my personal model of what morality is versus that of most other people, most notably religious people, but non-religious people have that same kind of model, I guess. Mine differs from it. But that, I really wanted to do a video about my model of morality. But then I got to thinking about human nature, because morality, you know, is really more a subset of human nature. I mean, human nature encompasses a greater variety of things. So I think I'll talk about my views on human nature and possibly tie the specific example of morality into it later. So anyway, human nature. I have a lot of debates where human nature is brought up. I'm just going to throw this subject out there, communism. Whenever I debate with someone about communism, people say, yeah, it looks good on paper, but people, by nature, are too lazy to have it work, or something to that effect. And communism's like the only example. I mean, it pops up all the time. But what I was thinking was, why is it that people treat human nature as some sort of immutable, unchanging law by which all people are bound? That's not what it is. And I think more people need to realize that. I mean, even by the very concept of nature is, by definition, changing and fluid. So, why can it doesn't define people? People define it. It's just a byproduct of what people do. People may be aware of their nature. People may not be aware of it. But point is, people create nature. Nature doesn't create, you know, the people, or, you know what I mean. I think that's a thing that a lot of people overlook. They come at it the wrong way. It's almost as if the nature itself is some sort of controlling force behind what people do, and I don't see why that necessarily is, or what indication there is in the world that that's the case. People do what they do, and what they do is, by definition, their nature. Can people go against their nature? No, because everything they do is a part of it. I don't know. This wouldn't really bother me so much if it didn't seem to be a cornerstone in the way of thinking in a great many people in this world. I just don't know. But I did say that I'd promise to tie this back to morality, so let me just give you a brief explanation of what my view of morality really is. So, what is morality? Well, it starts with value systems. All right, people have values, you know, whatever those might be, and a moral code is simply those values applied to real life. Rules, essentially, to make it easier to carry out those values. Or you could say that the purpose of morality is to provide a set of, I guess, rules for your behavior in order for you to be able to carry out your values. And the reason that I think it has a lot to do with my view on human nature is that a lot of people, especially religious people, because I always talk about them, treat morality as, again, some sort of governing force, which I guess it is, but it's made by the people who choose to uphold the values that they want to uphold. It's got nothing to do with there just being a set of rules out there that everyone follows. That's not how it is. Otherwise, every culture across the world would have the same laws, the same morality or whatever. And here is the part where I talk about Christians. Christians say that those cultures that have the morality that they consider to be wicked, which in no matter who you are, any morality that you consider to be wicked is just going to be any morality that is different from your own. I mean, that's how, by definition, it is. There's no objective good or evil in the world. It's just how people choose to define it. But anyway, those cultures that have moral systems that most people would see as more wicked, and Christians would see them as wicked as well, Christians tend to say that their morality is incorrect, that there is actually a sort of ideal that you should be living up to when it comes to morality, objectively, that is. And I mean, I guess their mythology tells them that, so that's why they believe it. But if you're a Christian and watching this, I want to know, what sort of actual logical argument can you make to support that? So, there's my question about that. What else was I going to say? Yeah, why do people stigmatize these things? Why do people try to take these things, which are simply byproducts of human existence, and try to make them into a sort of, I guess, fabric of the universe, some sort of law that's just there that people adhere to whether they want to or not? That's not how it is at all. I mean, I should say there's no evidence or any clear-cut argument as to why that's is how it is. So I'm just going to say that's not how it is at all. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on this, people. Rate, comment, subscribe, and life's like a dick. When it gets hard, suck it. Insane bastard. Peace and the fuck out.